Felicia the Phenom Spencer, she loses a split decision against Norma the Immortal Dumont. Did you know that Norma Dumont's nickname was the Immortal? I didn't know that she tried to take Matt Brown's nickname. That's kind of, I don't know if I like that. At the end of the day, man, she's killing the game right now, man. This is an upset that we both picked on this one. This is one we saw a mile away. This is one where when you look at the Tapology fight predictions, fan fight predictions, only 9% of Tapology voters thought Norma Dumont would get the win. Very, very crazy, because when you just look at stylistically, man, Felicia Spencer, she can do good when she grabs a hold of you, when she gets you on the ground, but when you got good takedown defense and you're good on the ground too, it's going to be a longer night, man. Let's break it down. Felicia Spencer, while one judge thought that she won the fight, we need to talk about why. Because if we're looking at the UFC stats, right, and there's a little bit of a discrepancy between the UFC stats and what we watched, right, AJ? But at the end of the day, she got outstruck. So, you know, the Phenom, she got outstruck 47-68 throughout 3 rounds. She was credited with landing 0 takedowns, even though Norma Dumont ended the fight on her back, right? So I'm not sure how that works. And she did have almost 3 minutes of control time, but that's basically the only category that she led in. So how do you score the fight for Felicia Spencer? We could talk about that in a second. First, let's just really showcase, man. Norma Dumont, she got power in her hands. Her boxing is crisp. And I think we just saw the last featherweight fight in UFC history. AJ, I don't know if we're going to see another one. And if she moves down to bantamweight, I don't know if she's going to have the speed power or the speed advantage, but we know she's going to pack some pop in her punch, man. Just give me your reaction to the fight.
Yeah, man, she's when Norma Dumont moves down to 135, she's gonna pack a wallet for sure. She was impressive, man. It was a good fight, very, very dominant, or a little one-sided, at least for the striking aspect. And I think the only control time Felicia Spencer had was in the 3rd round. So me personally, I have zero idea how anybody scored it for Felicia Spencer. I did give her the last round. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, it was a good fight. She did. You can tell that Norma Dumont kind of wavered a little at the end and allowed Felicia Spencer to kind of control the end of the fight. And you could even saw, like you said, Norma Dumont ended the fight on her back. And at the end of it, she even celebrated, like on her shoulders on the ground. She's like, yay! Like I've never seen that before. But maybe that's how they scored it for Felicia Spencer. I'm not necessarily sure. I don't see how it did, because to me, Felicia Spencer did absolutely 0 damage while in Norma Dumont's guard. So if you're not doing any damage, what's the point? But it's here or there.
So I took a look at the advanced stats and the advanced metrics on there. So round by round, Felicia Spencer, 15 seconds of control time in the 1st round, 33 seconds of control time in the 2nd round, 2 minutes and 10 seconds of control time in the 3rd round. And in the 3rd round, she outstruck Norma Dumont 16-12. So I guess that awards her the round. I don't know. My thought process is you got to do more. You got to earn the actual round, right? And but it's never a good optic to finish the fight on your back and to be like celebrating, right? That is a little odd. At the end of the day, I think Norma Dumont knew that she had the fight in the bag, and this is just, you know, someone who got that MMA experience, even though she's only now 6-1, I believe. Someone saying like, "Hey, man, I know how to play the game, and I won the game." So if you know how to win the game, a win is a win is a win, man. And this is a big loss for Felicia Spencer. And I just want to note this really quickly, man. How, after being so highly touted, you can get a lot of confidence, right? You can get really hyped up, and you could think that this is the next individual. And this is a warning to the fans. This is a warning to the people who watch MMA, love MMA, just like we do. That's why we do the show each and every single week, 3 times a week. You know, drop a like, subscribe, all that good stuff, right? But at the end of the day, hype is a real thing. Clout is a real thing. And we need to look at stylistic matchups if we really want to determine who's going to win this fight. There's one thing we know about Felicia Spencer, and that's her kicks are legit, man. She's a Taekwondo black belt. She's a BJJ black belt. Cool. Nice, right? But Norma Dumont, what did we say in the preview show? Her Sanda background translates to MMA a lot better than Taekwondo does, because, yeah, you can kick somebody in the head. And she even, what's the shot that Spencer hit Dumont with, AJ? She snuck her with, what was it, like a hook kick? Or?
It was a front hook kick.
So it's
you
like,
go up, you throw the heel of your foot at their face.
And it's like, oh, nice, cool. But you know where you have to be if you want to land those shots? You have to be at distance the entire time. You know how that doesn't work? When you got a person who's walking you down trying to box with you, right? And that's what Dumont did. And Dumont, she was successful. So it's just one of those things, man, where I'd like to see Felicia Spencer go back, take some time. You know, there was kind of a lot of time between her last fight and this fight, but like go back to the drawing board again and work on the boxing, man. We know you're legit with the kicks. We know your ground game is legit. I want to see you develop your hands well, man. Go train with Mark Henry or something. I don't know. Do what you need to do to get the hands right, man, at the end of the day. Cody Garbrandt, obviously, we're going to talk about that in a second. Mark Henry, that didn't really help his case too much, but listen, man, it's just one of those technical things that I would like to see improve a little bit. At the end of the day, this is a huge, huge win for Norma Dumont, and let me see where she's moving to. She moves to 2-1 in the UFC. and hands Felicia Spencer her second career loss. This is back-to-back losses. This is literally the Jack Hermanson, the Joker versus Edmund Shabazian all over again. Unfortunately, Felicia Spencer's time might be up in the UFC if she's not willing to move down to 135. She looks a little big for the weight class, man, even for 145. So I'm just not sure, but I would like to see. There's a lot of competition out there, man. Go to PFL, go to the Bellator. You know what I mean? Go wherever you need to go. But big win for Norma Dumont, man. The immortal Norma Dumont.